Yogis, thank you for being here. Let's take a moment to center. Close your eyes if you like. Focus on your breath and be in the moment. Allow this next hour to be focused entirely on your body and your breath and your mind. Whatever distractions you had before you came here, just let them go. Leave them at the door. You'll get them when you leave. Okay, please finish your couple last deep, long yoga breaths. Bring your breathing back to normal. And let's please take a deep breath together and Om in. Om. Om Balu Satguru Bhagavan Ki, the divine is the inner teacher. Welcome all yogis, welcome Sue. We are going to be working on our upper backs today because, everybody can see this, there is a syndrome called Kyphosis, and I think you probably know what that is. So your neck has this is what we did last week. We worked on our neck, which has a nice little concave curve, and our upper back has a slight convex curve. So this is called a kyphotic curve. So there's a slight bend to the upper spine. It's supposed to be there, and everybody's different, different degrees of bending in the lower spine and the upper spine as well. But when you have too much of a bend in the upper spine, that's called hyperkyphosis, hyperkyphosis. And that's the hunchback that you see. So a lot of old women typically get this if they don't do yoga. They don't do yoga. So it's like a dowager syndrome. And it's caused by having a tight upper back and levator scapula, which is the neck muscle that goes to the back, and weak rhomboids down here, and tight neck flexors in the front, and weak pectoral muscles. And a lot of it's from text neck as well, because we all have a habit of doing that. A lot of it's from hunching at your desk. And some of it is just degeneration of your spine as you get older, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be there like that. So the kinds of things to do to prevent that is just make your upper back stronger and more flexible, and your pectorals stronger, and your neck. So that's what we're going to do. And it's called the upper cross syndrome. That means, let me just quickly show you this too. Upper cross syndrome, it means you've taken X. You take an X from here, here's your X, like this, like that. That means weak, weak, tight, weak, sorry, tight, weak, tight, weak. It's like an X. Tight, weak, tight, weak. That makes sense? Upper crust syndrome, they call that. So we'll begin loosening up our neck and our spine with my, come to be my new favorite warm-up. Please sit nice and tall, comfortably. Doesn't have to be cross-legged, but if you like to sit cross-legged, it's a good hip opener to start with. Make sure that you can get the nice pelvic tilt, your shoulders down. Good. Take a deep breath. Turn your head to the right. Inhale. Exhale, turn your head all the way to the left. Inhale. Exhale, turn your head all the way to the right. Inhale. Exhale, turn your head all the way to the left. And then slowly bring your head back to center. Good. Inhale. Exhale, right ear toward the right shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Right ear to right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Pause here with your face forward. Take your right hand, place it next to your hip. Bring your left arm up and see if you can reach it beside your ear. Push down in the left sit bone. Keep your face forward to start. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, turn your head to look up to the left. Maybe you can bring your shoulder back a little bit more by doing that. Now see if you can keep your shoulder back and then turn your head to look down to the right, outside of your right knee. And then bring your face back forward and then reach up with your left arm and let your head come center and your arm float down. Good. Inhale, open arms in a T. Exhale, twist to the right, left hand on the right thigh, right hand behind. Scoot your left hip forward slightly so that you can feel your pelvis move with the spine. Take a couple deep breaths here. Your spine is vertical while it's twisting. Now keep the twist, take a deep breath. As you exhale, turn your head all the way around to look over your left shoulder. Inhale here. Exhale, turn your head all the way back over to look to the right shoulder. Inhale here. Exhale, come all the way back to center with your body and with your head. Good. Place your hands behind you. Bend your knees in front. We're going to windshield wiper our knees left and right. So we're going to go right with the knees, look left with the head, and then the knees go to the left, you look right. And then switch again, knees right, look left, and switch again, knees left, look right, and again, and again. And one more time to the right, look left. One more time to the left, look right. Come back to center, cross leg if you were, and put the opposite leg in front. Okay, get your spine situated nice and tall. Bring your shoulders down, chest open, head right on top of the neck. So one of the things that causes the kyphosis in the back is jutting the chin out forward, because that pulls on, weakens the muscles back here in your neck. And that's a habit a lot of people have, is to jut their chin out instead of having your head right on top of the shoulders. So just be aware of your posture in that regard. Take a deep breath. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Inhale to center, exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Inhale to center, exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Back to center, right ear, right shoulder. Back to center, left ear to left shoulder, and pause here. Place your left hand by the hip, right arm goes up and over beside the ear. Push down the right sit bone and breathe with your face forward. Take a deep breath here, and then turn your head to look up underneath your right arm. Maybe push that right shoulder back slightly as you do that. Good. Take a deep breath. Exhale, look down to your left knee, outside of your left knee. Good. And then bring your face forward and then reach up with your hand and head comes to center, arm floats down and open arms in a T, inhale. Exhale, twist left, right hand on the left thigh, left hand behind. So this time scoot your left sit bone slightly forward. Just a fraction. Take a deep breath, keep the twist. As you exhale, turn your head only to look over the right shoulder, keeping your chin parallel to the mat. Inhale. Exhale, turn your head all the way to the left shoulder. Inhale slowly, come all the way back to center with your body and with your head. Okay, let's come into staff pose, Dandasana. Did I forget anything there? I don't think so. Feet up, knees up. Your pelvis is tilted slightly forward, so you have a lower back curve, just a neutral lumbar curve. Bring your shoulders forward, up, back, and down, and just open that chest. Now, keeping your hands by your side and your spine long, come from your hip flexors here and just come forward with a straight spine, just enough to feel a stretch in your low back, and then come back upright. And we'll do that again. Inhale here. With breath, exhale, come forward. Inhale back to center. Exhale, come forward. Feet flex, come back to center. Inhale, exhale, forward. Inhale back to center. Now come upright, keep your feet flexed, feel the stretch in your hamstrings, in the back of your legs. The more you flex your feet and sort of drag your feet towards you, you can feel the stretch in the hamstrings there. Take your right knee, bend it in. Left arm hugs the right knee in toward the chest. Right arm forward, take a deep breath in. Exhale, twist to the right. Plant the right hand behind. And breathe. Keep the left leg active. Inhale. Exhale, turn your head to look over your left shoulder. All these, it's warming up our neck, but all these will strengthen the neck flexors. Inhale here. Exhale, look all the way back to the right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center with your head and body. Now, if you have really tight hips, this may not work for you, but walk your right foot out, and then move your body so that it's centered over your left leg. And then just plant your hands, one on either side of that left leg, and then just keeping a long spine. See if you could just bring your chest slightly toward your leg. It doesn't have to be much of a movement. And this is a big hip opener, so if it bothers your hip, obviously don't do it. And you don't have to come as far as I come. If you only come 1 inch, it's good. You can even get your arm inside of your hip, that's good. Good. All right. Come back upright. Extend both legs. Get your hands behind you with your fingers pointing towards your toes. Bend your knees. And we're going to come into a reverse table by lifting our bottom up and opening our chest to the ceiling. So this is really helping our pectoral muscles, which is going to help with that upper cross syndrome that we talked about. Breathe. And then slowly come back down. Return to your Dandasana, staff pose. Reset the button. Pelvis forward, head right on top of the shoulders. Shoulders up, forward, back and down. Chest nice and open, belly in. Good. Breathe a couple breaths. Head right on top of the shoulders. Then the left knee in. Keeping that long spine. Right arm hugs the knee in. Inhale, left arm forward. Exhale, twist. Plant your hand behind you as you continue to twist. So scoot your your right hip forward slightly. So your right leg gets a little bit longer on the mat. Inhale here. Keep the twist. Exhale, look over your right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, turn your head all the way back to the left shoulder. All the while keeping your right foot flexed and your right leg active. Take a deep breath. Slowly bring your head and body back to center. Walk your left foot out. Turn your body so that your arm comes inside of that hip. And keep your right leg straight as you bring your chest down toward it. Again, you don't have to come very far here. Just a little bit to feel the stretch in the hip. Try to keep the head in line with the spine. Yeah, don't allow the chin to drop. Sort of pick up the head and push it back in line with the spine. Good. Okay, upright. Back to Dandasana. Fingers behind you, pointing towards your toes. We're going to either come into the table that we just did, or if you choose, you can come in just to a reverse plank pose, which is with your legs straight. So it's your choice, whichever you prefer. They're both really good for you. They're both big chest openers, good for your pectoral muscles and your trapezius, your upper back. And then come on down. Very good. Bend the knees. Hug the knees in toward your chest, bring your forehead toward your knees, and push your spine backwards, opening the vertebra. All righty. Now please come around to table position. If everybody needs padding, if anyone wants padding, you know where to get it. You padding, Robert? You got it, okay. Okay, flat back, inhale. Exhale, sit all the way back to your bottom or your heels, bottom to the heels. Inhale, back to table. Exhale into your cat back. Tuck the chin, toes, lift the spine. push the mat away so you can really feel your scapula separate. And then inhale as you drop your belly down into your cow pose. Untuck the toes, push your shoulders back, head forward, belly down, tailbone up, and then exhale all the way back to your heels with your bottom. Inhale slowly back to table. Exhale as you twist your right arm out to the side and up to the ceiling. Turning your head to look up. Okay, bring that hand down. Take a deep breath. Exhale, bring your right knee into your chest. Flex the neck and the spine. Bring the nose to the knee for a breath or two. And then kick the right leg back. Plant your right toes down. So for now, with your toes on the mat behind you and your leg extended, push into your right heel. So you really feel the stretch in the back of that right leg. Lift the quad, the right quad as you do that, as you push into the heel. Really stretch that leg. All right, now lift the leg so it's parallel to the mat and lift your left arm into the balancing table. Couple more breaths. This is very good for your core strength here. And then the hand comes down, the knee comes in. Take a deep breath. Exhale, left knee comes in, tuck your chin, nose to knee, flex the spine. And kick the leg back, plant the toes. Now we're going to stretch out this leg by putting weight into the left heel, lifting your left, tightening your left quads by lifting them. And feel the stretch in the back of that leg. Okay, lift the leg so now it's parallel to the mat. And right arm comes up into the balancing table here. Okay, hand comes down, knee comes in. Take a deep breath, flat back. Exhale, take your left arm out to the side and up to the ceiling. Turn your head to look up. One more breath here. And then bring your hand down as you exhale. And then please come onto your bellies. And bring your arms in a T from your body, perpendicular to your body, palms facing down. Good. We're going to roll onto our right shoulder and our right hip. And your left leg is going to come behind your right leg. You can rest your head on the mat or a block or whatever makes your head comfortable. So this is a shoulder stretch. Good. And if you like, you can leave your left hand in front of your body. You can even push that hand into the mat so you get even a deeper stretch in that shoulder, right shoulder. Okay, please roll back onto your bellies. And before we do the other shoulder, we're going to come into Sphinx pose, which means our elbows are going to line up underneath our shoulders. Our arms are parallel to each other. Push your pelvis into the mat. Push your thighs into the mat. Draw your elbows toward your body so you can feel your chest come forward. And bring your shoulders down. Sphinx pose. And from here, tuck your toes under and come into a forearm plank. and breathe. So obviously this is for core strength. Okay, bring your pelvis back down. Now rotate the right arm so that's in front of your body, parallel to the short edge of your mat, the top edge of your mat. We're going to come into a side forearm plank. So we're going to roll onto our right hip and then lift our hip off the mat. Left arm comes up to the ceiling. Good. And then come on down, roll back onto your belly, arms in a T, and we'll roll onto the left shoulder for the shoulder stretch on this side. Take your right leg, scoot it behind your left leg, and you can use your right hand in front of your body. If you want more leverage, just push into that hand for more stretch to your shoulder. So this is also stretching. I don't know if you can feel it, you probably can, your pectoral muscles, which is part of that upper cross syndrome. The hunchback is tight pectoral muscles. This helps make them more flexible. And roll back to your belly. Prop your arms underneath your elbows underneath your shoulders again, back to our Sphinx pose. Think about the outside edges of your thighs going down toward the mat. It's a very subtle move, but that's a rotation of your thighs in toward each other as you push into your pelvis. It just helps widen your lower back. Think about your sit bones separating on your low back, on your bottom. Bring the arms towards you as you open your chest more forward. Lengthen your neck. Tuck your toes under and then push into forearm plank. Okay, belly comes back down, pelvis comes back down. Rotate your left arm so that it's in front of your body, parallel to your mat. You're going to roll onto the left hip and come into the side plank here. So you can either stack your feet or have one foot in front of the other. It doesn't really matter. Lift your hips up and right arm reaches high. Good. Bring the hip down and roll back onto your belly. Good. Rest in crocodile for just a moment, folding your arms. Okay, please now take your hands underneath your shoulders. Bring your elbows right tucked by your ribs. Keep your neck nice and long. Push your pelvis into the mat. Think about separating your sit bones as you push into your hands and come into a cobra pose. Keep the elbows by your sides. Don't let the elbows flail out. Keep it by your side. Think about pushing your shoulders down as you come up, neck long. Imagine your neck growing like a turtle out of the shell. Good, and then come on down. Push into table. Come forward with your chest. Yeah, shift your chest forward and then bow down. Keep your elbows by your sides. Just cat bow down halfway and then come back up. Good, and then go back to your square table. We'll do that again. Shift your weight forward, down halfway. Keep the elbows by the sides and then back up. This is actually a version of a pose called chaturanga, except with chaturanga, you can lift your knees. One more time, come forward, bow, and then back to table. This time, we're going to shift our entire weight forward, straighten our arms, and come into an upward facing dog. So here, your chest is in front of your arms, your shoulders are down. You can lift your knees if you like or not. And then if your knees are up, bring them back down. Tuck your toes under and come into your downward facing dog. So in your dog, make sure you spread your fingers wide. Put weight in all 10 fingers, 10 finger pads, your finger pads, spread them wide. Squeeze your forearms toward each other. See if your head, yeah, good, good, good. Bend the knees and stick your tailbone in the air even more. Yeah, oh, that is a really, really good adjustment. Okay, now come up to your hands. And then slowly come on up. Inhale. Reach up. Urdhva Sthasana. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. And then come into Tadasana, mountain pose. And breathe. So for our one-legged balance, here's what we're going to do. You have a choice. Pick whatever leg you want to start on. We can either just do this, or you can do this, or you can do this, or you can do this. Lots of things to choose from. So, okay. Or do all of the above slowly in slow succession. Take your time, find your focal point, use anything you need to use because you want to be able to balance. And sometimes it's better to do it with assistance than not. This is really a hamstring stretch to drag your toe too. So you have to sort of have loose hamstrings to make that happen. Good. Oh, good. Hey, just standing on one foot is good enough. If you're ready, when you're ready, switch legs. Find your focal point and take your time with it. If you bend the standing leg a little bit, I think it helps with the balance. Just slight bend in the standing knee. Because just that little bit of lowering your center of gravity just helps with the balance, just an inch or two. Everybody good? Good enough? Everybody good? Good enough. All right. Let's continue. You use blocks. We're going to flow. Have blocks handy. You use knee padding. Have knee padding nearby. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, put your hands together. Inhale, push up with your fingertips. Exhale, crescent right. Face forward. Inhale. Exhale, look up to the left. Inhale. Exhale, look down to the right. Bring your face back to center and then bring your body back to center. Good. Separate your hands and come into chair pose. Yes, mine does that all the time. Inhale up. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, push up with the fingertips. Exhale, crescent left with your face forward. Inhale. Exhale, look up to the right. Inhale. Exhale, look down to the left. Bring your face back forward. And then reach up, your body upright. Separate your hands, come into chair pose. Utkatasana. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. Tadasana, mountain pose. Reset the button here. Think about your posture, think about your breath. Be in the moment. Okay, inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees, fold all the way down. If you're using blocks, put your hand on your blocks. If you're not using blocks, put your hands on the mat beside your feet. Take a deep breath and step the right foot back into a high lunge. Okay, so in this high lunge, you want your front knee lined up over the ankle. So you need to move that foot up, or move the foot up between the blocks a little more, Robert. Front foot. Yeah, you can, yeah, good, 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 good. All right, now put weight into the right hand, twist open to the left. Okay, bring the hands back down. Now, slowly straighten the front leg. Doesn't have to come all the way straight, but straight-ish. It's another big hamstring stretch. See if you can put, with your legs straight, put weight into the right hand and twist to the left. Hand comes down, rebend the front knee. Good, all right. Tighten up your core muscles, find a focal point in front because we're going to bring our arms forward and up into a high lunge. Take your time. It takes balance, it takes focus, it takes stability, core stability. Good, we don't have to stay here long. And then bring the hands back down. Yay, that was really good. Step back to plank. With or without blocks, I think it's blocks make it a little easier on the wrists. Upward facing dog. Good. And then downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up behind you. Exhale, swing it up between the hands or blocks. Inhale, exhale, step up. And then slowly come on up. Inhale, exhale, Anjali T, Anjali Mudra. Inhale up. Exhale, bend the knees, fold all the way down, hands on blocks or mat beside the feet, right beside the feet. And then step your left foot back to your high lunge. Line up your right knee over the ankle and your foot is between the hands. Good, or blocks, good. Okay, weight in the left hand, twist open to the right. Inhale here, exhale, bring that hand down. Slowly straighten the front leg. Take your time, it doesn't have to come all the way straight. And when you straighten the front leg, think about what your hips are doing. You want to re-level your hips. If you find yourself cocking the right hip out, just bring it back to center. Put weight in the left hand and now take the right arm out to the side and up to the ceiling. Good. That hand comes back down. Rebend the front knee. Okay, so you know what's coming up. So steady up. Just you can shift the distance between your feet if you like. Tighten your core muscles, find a focal point and bring your arms forward and up. Good. One more breath. And then hands come down. Step back to plank. And upward facing dog. Good. Downward dog. Inhale, kick your left leg up behind. Exhale, swing it between your hands or pick it up and put it there. Step up with your right foot and slowly come on up. Inhale. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. Tadasana, mountain pose. Pause. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees, fold all the way down. Step back into your downward facing dog. Pause here for a breath or two. Spread the fingers wide, put weight in the fingertips, finger pads. Yeah, good, 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 good. Okay, knees come all the way down and sit back towards your heels into your comfortable child pose. Make it comfortable. If a child pose is not comfortable, do whatever you need to do to be comfortable. Just rest your forehead on something for a couple of moments here. If you widen your knees, you might find it easier to get your bottom down back towards your heels. So my feet are like together behind me, but my knees are very wide. Okay, please push up and please come seated. Get your pad or your bolster. And we're going to sit with our legs to the right and rest your left buttock on your pad or bolster. And your knees or your legs are to the right. And if you want to take your left foot and hook it over your right ankle, you could do that. And then establish a nice long spine. So the reason for this bolster is so that your spine can stay nice and long. If you remove it, it's so hard to not collapse the spine. So that's why we use this to keep the spine long and straight. Okay, everybody good so far? Okie dokie. Let's see, we're going to take the left arm and bring the shoulder forward and bring the arm behind. Take your right hand and grab the wrist to help it around. And then if you could either stay here or grab your bicep, your right bicep, and then rest your right hand on the thigh. So you can either stay here. So this is a huge chest opener, good for your shoulders, good for your upper back. Or you can turn your body to the left and maybe move your right hand to the left leg. You can get off the bus anywhere along the way here. Lots of options. Okay, if you have twisted, you want to bring your head back to center, bring your chest back to center, and unravel your arms, shake everything out. And then, of course, we have to switch to the other buttock. So again, do what's good for you. Not everybody's body is the same. But whatever you do, you want to sit tall, have that padding underneath the right buttock. Then take your right hand behind, thumb down, reach around, grab your wrist with your left hand. And maybe this is plenty enough, because it is plenty enough. But if you want to go a little further, grab your left bicep. You're going to find one side's a lot better than the other in terms of mobility. If you want to, turn your body to the right. And then if you want to, take your right hand to the left leg, right leg, left hand to the right leg, left hand, right leg. Okay, please slowly bring your head and chest back to center. Unravel your arms, shake everything out. Unravel your legs and come onto your backs, head facing toward me. Bend the knees and line up your feet in line with your buttocks and have them approximately 1 or 1.5 or 2 hand lengths away from your buttocks. Okay, when you see what we're going to do, I mean, you can adjust accordingly. We're going to come into bridge pose. So right now, make your neck relax. Don't turn your head as we do this pose. Make your head face upward to the ceiling. Tuck your elbows by your sides with your fingers pointing toward the ceiling, facing each other, palms facing each other, fingers toward the ceiling, elbows by your sides. Good, like a robot. Okay, push into your feet and roll your spine up all the way to the tops of your shoulders. And when you get there, maybe just tuck your shoulder blades underneath a little bit more. If you want to walk your feet in a little more now, you can, into this nice big back bend. Breathe. Slowly roll your vertebra down. And then when you hit your hips down, release your back. Push your hands into the tops of your thighs and push your back into the mat. And then we'll come in one more time. Tuck the elbows by the sides, palms facing each other, fingers pointing to the ceiling. Nice, comfortable neck here. Don't tighten your neck. Keep your head looking up as you lift your hips. Roll your spine up so your chest is coming toward your chin. You're not doing anything with your head, but your chest is coming toward your chin. And if you want to walk your shoulder blades underneath a little bit more, you can do that here. And if you would like, you can clasp your hands underneath your body, lace your fingers, clasp your hands underneath your body, and push your pinkies into the mat and pull your shoulders even more together. And then release slowly, come down one vertebra at a time. This is so good for your back. Take your hands to your thighs, push your back into the mat. And then grab a block, lift your hips, put your sacrum on the block, and either keep your feet on the mat or let them float up, for your choice. Your legs are up, please lower them. Lift your hips, remove the block. And bring your arms to a T for one gentle final spinal twist. Arms in a T. Shift, pick up your bottom, shift them 2 inches to the left, let your knees fall to the right, and look to the left. Head comes to center, knees come to center, hips come to center. Shift your hips 2 inches to the right, knees fall to the left, and you look right. I think you did it that way too. Whichever way you didn't do the last time is what you want to do. Mhm. Head comes to center, knees come to center, hips come to center. If you'd like to hug your knees into your chest one final time, and then prepare for Shavasana. back to your breathing. Deepen your breathing as you make small movements to gently wake up your body. And then please bend your knees and roll onto your right side in a fetal position to seal the practice. And now, please, very slowly, keeping a quiet mind, push up to seated. And please join me with the closing chant. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. Victory to the Cat Rock yoga class and to the inner teacher. Jai Shri Satguru Maharaj Ki Jai.